All right, it's your boy Akeen again, and welcome to today's second blog. Here to continue my BCS recap of all the major BCS conferences in college football. For this blog, need to talk about the ACC conference. This year's ACC champion, the Clemson Tigers. They had a great year, 10-3 season, had a little bit of a rocky end going towards the end of the regular season, but made it to that ACC title, winning their division and crushing Clemson in that ACC championship. Now, it's time for me to give you my individual awards and honors to the teams and players of the ACC conference. This year's Offensive Player of the Year award given to Taj Boyd of the Clemson Tigers. He had a great year at the quarterback position, over 25 touchdown passes this year. He was a true leader of that offense, and he was the ACC championship MVP. 240 yards passing and 3 scores, leading the Clemson Tigers to their first ACC championship since 1991. He had a great year outplaying Virginia Tech in that championship matchup. Next, the Defensive Player of the Year award given to Luke Kuechly of the Boston College Golden Eagles. He had a tremendous year in college football. 191 tackles this season, 3 interceptions and 1 interception return for a touchdown. He had a great career thus far in college football. 532 tackles total in his career at Boston College, and he still has 1 year left, and he's already broken the school record. He won the Dick Butkus Award given to the nation's best interior linebacker, and he won the Bronco Nagurski Award given to the nation's best defensive player. He had a great year, and I'm really looking forward to see if he's going to go to the NFL or stay for his senior year at Boston College. Next, the Newcomer Player of the Year given to Sammy Watkins of Clemson. Great season. He already broke a school record for most receiving yards in the season, and he had 12 total touchdowns this year. He was Clemson's all-purpose player. He was a great return player, return specialist, especially in the Maryland game when he returned a kickoff return for a touchdown. He's definitely a freshman All-American, and he might even make the regular All-American team, maybe third-team All-American because of his all-purpose duties at Clemson. Coach of the Year, Dabo Swinney of the Clemson Tigers. I've been talking about Clemson all this blog. He had a great year coaching this team, getting their first ACC championship finally after living up all the hype for over the years. There were so many years where Clemson would do so well, but coming towards the end of the season, they always find a way to mess it up. Well, not this season. He's actually leading this Clemson Tiger team to the Orange Bowl, where they will play against West Virginia, and I will give you the preview of that game come January. The biggest surprise this season, not just the Clemson Tigers, but the Virginia Cavaliers. They went 8-4 this season with big wins over Florida State, Miami, and Georgia Tech, the triple option team from Georgia. They had a great year. Virginia Cavaliers, great season. Michael Rocco was the star quarterback, 2,300 yards passing with 11 touchdowns. And they had a good running game with Perry Jones leading the way with over 800 yards and 5 touchdowns alone. He had a great season, and they're looking forward to their bowl game. And I'm really surprised from this Virginia team. They actually made a good run for that Coastal Division, and they ended up getting crushed by Virginia Tech at the season finale to their arch rival. But they still have a great season. Their coach, London, is believing in their team. The team is believing in their quarterback Rocco, and I cannot wait to see what happens next season. They might even be the dark horse of the ACC championship next year. Biggest disappointment. I need to actually give you 2 disappointments this season. First disappointment, the FSU. Florida State University, they had a bad season. They had so much hype coming into this year, actually ranked 6th in the nation at the beginning of the college football season. But with the loss of E.J. Manuel, they ended up losing a couple of games, especially in their matchup between Oklahoma and Virginia coming towards the end of the season. And they ended up with their record 8-4. A little bit disappointed because so many people believe that they were one of the teams to beat this season. And even for that ACC championship, I believe that they had a chance of winning the ACC championship with so much talent on that defensive side. But the offense really needs to step up, particularly at the running back position. They already have a good quarterback in E.J. Manuel, but he needs an effective run game in order for the Noles to get to that second nod and get to that next level and win into that ACC championship and possibly a national championship. With all the hype this season, I think a lot of people were looking forward of them seeing what they're going to do next season, including Florida State. Everybody think that this is the team to beat next year, but I do not think so based on the second half of this season, and I'm a little disappointed in the Seminoles this year because of that second half, particularly in that loss to Virginia when they had a chance to close the deal, but they were playing too conservative on the offensive offensive side, depending on that defense. That offense, like I said, really needs to step up, and that running game, they need to have a 1,000-yard rusher, and they do have a lot of talent, but we will see what will happen next season. The other disappointment, the entire ACC conference. They are arguably the weakest conference in college football of the BCS conferences. Overall, in non-conference play, they were 6-12. Terrible. They really need to redeem themselves coming to these bowl games. We will see what happens, and I will give you a preview of all their key matchups of the BCS bowl games, as well as the bowl games lower than the BCS. Now, I'm going to catch you guys a little bit later this week for more previews, for more recaps of the BCS conferences. Thank you for watching this vlog from Pro Football Exclusive. I'm your man, the famous Akeem McCall. Be easy.